All right, Patriots fans, what a ride this team has been on. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected New England to come out of the gate like this. 4 straight wins on the road, the defense playing lights out, and Drake May looking more and more like the real deal every single week. This team has gone from being a question mark to one of the most talked about stories in the league. And the best part is, it feels like they're just getting started. That win in Tennessee was not just another W in the column. It was a statement. A Mike Vrabel special. Old school football with a modern touch. The kind of game that reminds everyone what Patriot football is supposed to look like. Think about it. Tennessee managed to get on the board early, sure, but after that, nothing. 13 points in the first quarter, and then absolute silence. The Patriots defense completely slammed the door shut. Christian Gonzalez? Unbelievable again. Every week he's out there making receivers disappear like they're not even on the field. And Marcus Jones coming up with that interception. That was the spark that flipped the game's momentum. You could feel it right then. The defense feeding off each other, the offense starting to roll, the entire team buying in. And speaking of the offense, how about Ramondre Stevenson? The guy has been through it. The fumbles, the criticism, people calling for him to be benched, and yet Mike Vrabel sticks with him. That's leadership. That's a coach who understands his players. Not every coach in the league has that kind of patience. But Vrabel knows that confidence can't grow if you're constantly looking over your shoulder. Stevenson responded by running like a man possessed. He looks hungry, determined, and maybe most importantly, free of that hesitation we saw earlier in the year. When he's in rhythm, this offense feels balanced again. And then there's Drake May. Oh man, what a story this kid is turning into. You look at the numbers, and they jump off the page. He just became the first Patriots quarterback in team history to throw at least 20 passes in a game and complete more than 90% of them. 21 completions out of 23 attempts. That's surgical. He tied a Tom Brady mark from that magical 2007 season. 4 straight games with at least 200 passing yards, a passer rating over 130, and multiple touchdowns. That's elite company right there. And when they asked him about it, I left some out there. That's the mentality of a competitor who's never satisfied. It's not just about the stats, though. You can see how May is commanding this offense. He's calm in the pocket, he's spreading the ball around, and he's making the smart reads. He's not trying to force highlight throws. He's letting the game come to him. That's what separates a promising young quarterback from a legitimate leader. And the chemistry he's building with his receivers, it's real. You can see the trust developing, the timing improving every week. The offense feels in sync for the first time in years. This whole thing reflects Mike Vrabel's vision. Remember, this was a coach who was basically shown the door in Tennessee. The Titans thought they could do better. Since that decision, Vrabel has already won more games with New England this season than Tennessee has since letting him go. That's wild, and it just shows how leadership matters. Culture matters. You can have all the talent in the world, but if the locker room isn't together, it doesn't mean a thing. Vrabel has brought that toughness back, that mix of accountability and belief that made the Patriots dynasty what it was. Players are buying in because they feel that their coach actually believes in them. Meanwhile, Tennessee is still trying to figure out who they are. They fired Vrabel, went with Brian Callahan, then moved on again to Mike McCoy, and the losses just keep stacking up. Sometimes franchises underestimate the value of stability. They chase a new direction and end up lost in the process. Vrabel, on the other hand, walks into New England, takes a team everyone wrote off, and turns them into road warriors. For wins away from home, each one tougher than the last, and this squad keeps finding ways to close games out. That's coaching. But not everything is perfect in Foxborough. One storyline that's starting to raise some eyebrows is the situation with rookie running back Trayvon Henderson. Drafted in the second round, a lot of people thought he'd be sharing touches with Stevenson by now. Some even believed he'd eventually take over the backfield once Stevenson's fumbling issues started. But here we are, nearly halfway through the season, and Henderson is barely touching the field. Against the Titans, he had just 2 touches. 2. That's it. Instead, we're seeing Terrell Jennings start to carve out a role for himself. He's doing the little things right, blocking, catching passes, showing versatility. Vrabel even hinted after the game that Jennings might be that 5-minute back, the guy you can trust in any situation. And that says a lot about Henderson's current status. It's not that he lacks talent. The kid's got burst, vision, and great upside. But it's about trust. In this system, you don't see the field unless the coaches know you're going to protect the quarterback. And right now, that's where Henderson has to earn his stripes. So maybe this ends up being a redshirt year for him. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The NFL is full of talented rookies who need time to adapt to the speed, the playbook, and the physicality. You can't just walk in and expect to dominate. If Henderson takes this year to learn, improve his pass blocking, and show consistency in practice, he'll get his chance. But for now, Stevenson is the guy, and the coaching staff clearly believes he gives them the best shot to win. Now, back to Drake Maye, because his name is starting to pop up in a conversation that's way too early, but impossible to ignore. MVP. Yeah, those 3 letters are floating around. Fans are whispering it. The media is starting to flirt with the idea, and even some of his teammates are posting MVP next as highlights online. But let's be real, it's still early. We're not even halfway through the season yet. That said, you can't deny the numbers. Over 75% completion rate, more than 1,700 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, plus 200 rushing yards and 2 rushing scores. Those are the kind of stats that grab attention. They scream efficiency, consistency, and confidence. It's not flashy. It's fundamentally sound football. And when you combine that with how composed he looks, it's easy to see why people are getting excited. Still, perspective matters. The Patriots have had a pretty favorable schedule so far. Wins against teams like Carolina and Tennessee are great, but those aren't exactly powerhouse defenses. The big one was that road win in Buffalo. That's the kind of game that builds credibility. But if we're talking MVP, you've got to keep stacking wins against top competition. That's when the conversation gets real. For now, let's just appreciate how far this team has come. New England's offense looks revitalized. The defense looks mean again. The culture feels alive. And for the first time in a while, there's a sense of belief in that locker room. Players are having fun, fans are fired up, and the rest of the league is starting to take notice. Nobody wants to face a Mike Vrabel coach team that's confident and disciplined. That's a dangerous combination. The Patriots are showing everyone that rebuilds don't always have to take years. Sometimes all it takes is the right leader, a rookie quarterback who plays beyond his years, and a locker room willing to buy into the grind. Whether or not Drake Maye keeps up this MVP-level pace, what matters is that the Patriots are relevant again. They're competitive, they're fearless, and they're playing with purpose. When you look deeper into this Patriots resurgence, it is not just about the scoreboard or the record. It is about identity. This team finally looks like it knows who it is again. The defense sets the tone, the offense complements it with precision, and the players are playing for each other. You can see it in the body language. There is energy on the sidelines, communication on every snap, and a belief that no matter what happens early in a game, they can respond. That has been missing for years, and it feels like it is back now. A big part of that identity starts with how this defense operates. Mike Vrabel has turned it into a unit that punishes mistakes. They are physical, disciplined, and creative in how they disguise pressure. Christian Gonzalez continues to anchor the secondary like a seasoned veteran, while Marcus Jones adds that spark with his ability to flip momentum in an instant. The defensive line has been relentless, shutting down run games before they even start. Holding Tennessee to under 40 rushing yards was not luck, it was dominance. Every tackle was followed by that signature swarm of Navy jerseys. It is a defense built on effort and pride, and that resonates through the whole roster. And then there is the offense, which is evolving in real time. It is no longer about trying to force a system that does not fit. It is about maximizing what Drake Maye brings to the table. The play calling has opened up, the pace has quickened, and there is more confidence in the passing game. Maye has already shown he can make every throw, deep outs, seam routes, quick hitters under pressure. But what stands out most is how he manages the game. He reads defenses like someone who has been in the league for years, not a rookie, just a few games in. He is spreading the ball around to multiple receivers, getting tight ends involved, and knowing when to tuck it and run. That dual threat ability adds a layer that defenses must respect. Ramondre Stevenson has benefited from that too, with defenses no longer stacking the box. He is finding more space to work with. You can see his confidence returning. Every run is decisive, every cut sharper than before. He is running behind a line that is finally gelling, with guards pulling effectively and the center commanding protection calls like a veteran. That chemistry up front has given May the time he needs to survey the field and make smart decisions. And when a quarterback trusts his protection, everything else flows naturally. But the most underrated aspect of this Patriots team might be their mental toughness. Think back to where this franchise was just a season ago. Inconsistent, unsure, and full of noise from the outside. It felt like the standard was slipping. Then Vrabel comes in, sets the tone in training camp, and demands accountability. Players talk about how practices are harder than games now. That is exactly the kind of edge championship teams are built on. When your preparation is tougher than the opponent, the pressure moments feel familiar. That is why this group keeps closing games strong. There's also something refreshing about seeing a rookie quarterback not get caught up in hype. When Drake May is asked about breaking records or being compared to Tom Brady, he shrugs it off and goes back to studying film. That humility is rare in today's NFL. It is why his teammates respect him so much. You can tell he is not playing for attention. He is playing for wins. The veterans have rallied around that mindset, especially players like Matthew Judon and Kyle Duggar, who bring intensity and experience. They're setting the example that every young guy in that locker room is following. Of course, not everything is sunshine. The Trayvon Henderson situation still lingers. Fans want to see what the rookie can do, but the staff is clearly sending a message. Talent alone does not guarantee playing time. You have to earn it. Henderson's challenge is to show he can be trusted in protection and situational football. The coaches will not risk Drake, May's rhythm, or safety until they are completely sure. That patience might frustrate some people, but it is part of building a long-term foundation. Vrabel is thinking beyond just one season. You can sense that this team is being built the right way, from the inside out. Strong defense, balanced offense, and leadership in every room. The Patriots are not pretending to be something they are not. They know their formula. When the physical battle, stay disciplined, and let the young quarterback grow at his own pace. That is sustainable football. It is how successful franchises stay relevant for years, not just flashes in the standings. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL rumor mill is already spinning wildly after reports surfaced that Higgins has been announced by the New England Patriots, sending waves of speculation across fan bases and social media alike. While the official press release is still fresh, insiders are already whispering about the seismic impact this could have on the Patriots' offense. Higgins, known for his crisp route running, explosive speed, and knack for making contested catches, has long been on the radar of several teams looking for that game-changing wide receiver. And now, it seems, he's set to become the new golden target for cornerback James Stay, whose chemistry with his receivers could redefine the Patriots' aerial attack. Sources close to the team suggest that this move isn't just about adding firepower. It's a strategic shakeup designed to breathe new life into New England's passing game. The way Higgins moves off the line, creates separation, and makes those clutch catches, that's exactly what the Patriots needed. One league insider hinted, adding that the pairing with May could be electric once preseason drills start. Social media is ablaze with speculation. Fans are dissecting Higgins' highlight reels, analyzing May's past seasons, and predicting the kinds of plays that could now dominate Patriots' game plans. There's also talk that Higgins' arrival could spark a domino effect throughout the league. If New England successfully integrates him into their offense, it may force other teams to rethink their defensive schemes against the Patriots. Some pundits even suggest that this union could signal a quiet but ambitious bid for playoff dominance, with the duo potentially turning late-game drives into highlight reels week after week. Of course, Nothing is official beyond the announcement itself, and the NFL world knows that preseason chemistry often tells a very different story from the offseason hype. Yet, whispers of Higgins as the new golden target for May are already hard to ignore. If the rumors hold, Patriots fans may have more than just hope to hold on to this season. They might have a legitimate reason to dream big. Whether this will be a headline-making partnership or another case of offseason optimism remains to be seen. But for now, all eyes are on New England. One thing is certain. Wherever T. Higgins goes, buzz follows, and pairing him with May seems tailor-made to stir up both excitement and a healthy dose of intrigue across the NFL. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.